Moreno wanted us to learn from the inside out on that cellular level. So I believe that if people can experience this, in the course of this workshop, that they'll get it in a very different way than if they just read something about it. In every single phase of the psychodrama, warm up, action, and sharing, sociometry is key to what's going on. And because a lot of people just think, okay, so you do some sociometric exercises in the beginning of a session, and that's it. But if you're using your sociometric intelligence, that's not it at all, because sociometry is about choice. So throughout the entire psychodramatic process, we're dealing with choice, whether it's choice in the beginning, in the warm up of who we're connected to, what we want to work on, what warms us up, or in the middle section of action. Every choice that the protagonist makes is connected to sociometry, because essentially they're putting their social atom up on the stage in some way. And as a psychodrama director, we're going to take a look at it. And so they're going to choose which scenes to do. They're going to choose people who will play the auxiliary roles. They're going to choose who's going to stand in for an inanimate object. All of these choices are driven by tele. And tele is the energy that drives sociometry. So as you go through the action portion of the session, you're looking at the protagonist sociometry in their life, in their social atom, but also with the group, because you're looking at who they're choosing to play these roles. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of choice going on. And they're also choosing what's the next scene. As they're doing a scene, they're setting the scene, choosing the furniture, what's on the walls, and what they decide to share with you as the director. And that's all revealing their sociometry to their surroundings, to their life, to the people in their lives. So constantly throughout that, your sociometry is operating for the protagonist, but also for the group, because as the group gets drawn into the protagonist drama, they're being pulled into sociometrically. So they have to think about, where do I connect? What part of this relates to my story, to my drama, to the people in my life? So it's like their brains are firing on two cylinders. They're there with the protagonist, and they're also connected to their own sociometry.
I wonder how many people come into a group preoccupied with, what is my drama going to be about? What is my drama going to be about?
Well, exactly.
Instead of with tele being bidirectional, and then even like in the group itself, during the course of a drama, it's not just where the protagonist is thinking about going, even though it can often feel like the whole drama is very protagonist driven. When group members are in auxiliary roles, they often spontaneously do things. They aren't just repeating what the protagonist is feeding them. They're co-creating the work together.
Exactly. Right. And they're chosen telecally by the protagonist, but they're chosen, it's that kind of unspoken energy that people know sociometrically. And so it gives the auxiliaries all of that freedom, to role take, role play, role create. And they're also, the auxiliaries are the arms of the director. And so that co-creation happens with the protagonist, with the director, to flesh out the world of the protagonist sociometrically.
And the protagonist chooses them often because of the transference.
Exactly.
So they have that trust that auxiliary is going to know what to do, because this person reminds me of my mom. So naturally, they're going to know how to be like my mom.
Right. Sometimes they choose in terms of transference. Sometimes they choose in terms of tele. I mean, it is a wonderful thing that happens when somebody is chosen because of transference, and they play a role in the sociometry of the protagonist. And then during the sharing portion, they're able to differentiate between what comes from the role and then who they are in real life. And that helps to dissipate the transference and to strengthen the sociometric connections that people have with each other.